Good morning, ladies. My name's Matt. I'm going to be working with you ladies this afternoon. I just want to explain briefly how this session is going to work. We'll take about 20 to 30 minutes and explore what your goals are and come in here today. And then we'll take a short break, so we kind of digest everything that we've been discussing so far. And then we'll reconvene after that short break, probably about a 10-minute break, and try to discuss what's going to work best for us going from here into a positive direction. Does that sound okay with you guys?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Okay. So just to start out with, I'm going to be addressing each one of you one at a time. So I'll start over here, if you would. Share your name with me, and then what's your goal in coming here today?
My name's Shalane, and my goal is to just be able to have a peaceful living environment.
Peaceful.
Because right now it's just chaotic. We're constantly getting at each other and being annoyed with each other and getting into arguments, and that's not how it should be. It's not how it used to be. So just to have a peaceful living environment, really.
Okay.
Is the number one
So
thing.
you guys are living together, and things have gotten a little unhealthy, it sounds like, and chaotic, and you would like things to be more peaceful. That's your goal in coming here today. Tell me, Shalane, if you would, what does peaceful look like?
Well, I mean, her not getting on my case about things all the time, and me not being super reactive, and us just being able to hang out, maybe watch a show, have dinner, less arguments, just a nice, calm place you can come and feel at home in.
Okay. So are there times now when you guys aren't arguing?
Yeah, there is. I mean, like I said, we've been friends for a long time. Things just started to get bad after we started being roommates. But recently, if I haven't done something to annoy her, if all my stuff's picked up, then usually things go pretty pleasantly.
Okay.
But if I've left, anything out, then I just get attacked for it.
So that's awesome. It sounds like there are some good times there now that reminds you of the friendship that you had before you became roommates. Yeah.
Once in a while, we'll come back from class and we'll watch a show together and we'll just be laughing, and afterwards we'll just, hang out and talk, and before we know it, it's been 2 hours.
Okay.
So yeah, there's good times, just less than there used to be.
Okay. So what kind of things do you notice within yourself during these good times? What kind of things are happening? Specifically, what's happening? How are you feeling? Maybe your mood, attitude, just during the good times.
I'm feeling happier and more at peace, less under judgment or scrutiny. I'm feeling more open and like I want to hang out with her or talk to her or spend time with her. Yeah.
So there are some positive things happening, even though we're having a little bit of a rocky time in the relationship. There are some good times that remind you of the old times.
Yeah.
And your goal is to have more of these times, is that?
Yeah, to have more of these times and to stop it from getting any worse, I really value our friendship, and it just seems like it's getting worse and worse, and that scares me. I don't want that to happen. So, yeah, more of the good times and less of the bad times.
Okay. So it sounds like the relationship's important to you, which is evident by you guys coming here together, that you're trying to restore what you once had. So
Yeah.
I applaud that.
Yeah.
I think that that's awesome that you respect your friend that much. You can come in and try to repair a relationship that's getting right. Thanks, Shalene.
Thank you.
All right. If you would, introduce yourself and tell me who you are and what your goal is in coming here today.
I'm Desi, and honestly, we're roommates. I would say my main goal would be to maybe gain like a mutual understanding between both of us. Just like being okay with where I'm coming from and where she's coming from. Just kind of form some sort of peace around that.
Okay. All right. So tell me specifically, what would that look like for you on your end of the relationship?
I guess just feeling like at home. I'm okay with contributing my part in like keeping our space neat and just livable, and just our friendship, I guess, keeping that up and maintaining maybe just a more positive atmosphere around our living space.
Are there any times that this is happening already now in the relationship?
I'd say once in a while. Yeah, for sure there are some times, but it's kind of hard to think of specific times where that happens. I guess like if we plan to do something together, sometimes that inspires us to talk a little more, like if we do yoga together or like if we just go out to eat together, then it creates that opportunity for us to talk.
Okay. So spending time together, it gives you an atmosphere where you can be express yourselves to each other and have a little bit more open communication. So it sounds like that's going to be a positive thing that we can focus on as well while we're here. I'm going to kind of change directions a little bit and maybe invite you to use your imaginations a little bit, and I'm going to ask a little bit different kind of question at this point. So let's say, hypothetically, that tonight, as you were sleeping, a miracle happened, and you woke up in the morning, and everything was perfect. Okay, Shalane, tell me what. Let's just kind of take just a brief minute to kind of digest this question. And I want you to try to paint a really good picture in your mind of what it means to be in the place that you want to be. So if you woke up in the morning and everything was perfect and you had your friendship restored like it was before you became roommates and before things got rocky a little bit. So what would you notice? What kind of things would you notice that were different in your day-to-day lives if you woke up and everything was perfect?
Well, I'd wake up and be excited to see her instead of like, oh, how can I avoid this?
Having some enthusiasm in a relationship is important.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I would feel enthusiastic to see her in the morning, and we would be chatting in the kitchen while we're getting ready and having breakfast instead of just silence and doing our own thing in the same room.
Sure.
That's awkward. So we'd be just, chatting, small talk, whatever. And then maybe like when we get back from class in the evening, we would just share about how our days went. And, she doesn't really tell me what she's excited about or if she had a hard day. It's just kind of like, oh, hey. And then, so it'd be nice to just hang out in the same room, talk about our days, crack jokes, laugh together, and be supportive to one another.
So I'm hearing a lot of communication. Is healthy communication something that you experienced in a relationship before you became roommates?
Yeah, I think it's just been being in each other's living quarters and having different, I'm messier than she is. She's more anal than I am. So I think that we just get frustrated with those things, and then instead of dealing with it, we just don't talk at all. Or we end up fighting.
So conversation would be something important, you think, to bridging the gap from where we're at now to the place that you want to be?
Yeah, just simple conversation.
How specifically would you be doing that? Is there anything that you would be doing differently to engage in conversation? To cut through the awkwardness?
Yeah. I guess, in the morning I could ask, hey, anything cool going on today? Anything you're excited about? Or even just saying, oh, how'd you sleep last night? Just to break the ice.
Sure.
And then maybe in the evening when she gets back, ask her how her day went. Maybe if I got home first, I could, make dinner and have it ready when she got home.
Oh, that's an awesome idea.
Yeah, and hopefully that would kind of melt the ice and open us up.
Food always seems to generate a little conversation.
Yeah.
Eases the tension.
So I hadn't thought of that before. That might be something I could do.
All right, good. Go ahead.
It seems like what really bugs her is when my stuff is everywhere. So I guess maybe I could try and be a little more clean.
So in your miracle world, you would be a little bit more tidy?
Yeah. I mean, I don't feel like it's a problem, but it obviously affects our relationship. So, in my miracle world, if we were getting along, I suppose my things would be more tidy.
Wow, that says a lot about the respect that you have for your friend. How specifically would you be doing that? What kind of things would you notice?
Well, I would wash my dishes when I'm done using them right away instead of waiting a few hours or till the next day. And I would clean out my homework after doing it in the living room instead of leaving it out everywhere. And when I do my laundry, I could at least take it to my room instead of leaving it in the living room.
So just doing some simple picking up behind yourself type. That's awesome. Great idea. Okay. Thanks for sharing. Listen, Desi, tell me, let's go back to the question that I asked Shalane earlier about the miracle. If you woke up, a miracle happened tonight, and you woke up tomorrow, and your relationship was restored back to where it was, where you both enjoyed each other's company at all times. Tell me, what kind of things would you notice differently? What kind of things?
I pretty much agree with whatever she said about just us being happier in the morning and willing to talk to each other, if we have a good day, or having breakfast together, sitting down and just communicating really. And then maybe we would do something in the afternoon together, or plan to, even if it's just homework, just plan to spend time together. I think those are the main things.
So spending time together is something that you guys used to do before things got a little rocky.
I think it's hard when you live with someone because you're with them all the time. You don't specifically plan to spend time together. But yeah, like she's saying, I guess it's important to still plan that time, even though we live together. Just plan special time to just hang out.
So what would you notice differently in yourself?
And myself?
If things were perfect, if we woke up tomorrow and things were just how you wanted them to be, what would that look like?
I would just feel more comfortable in our living space, I guess. I would just feel more calm and have a more positive attitude and not want to just rush out the door, I guess.
Okay. So I got one more question. Thank you for sharing, Jesse. I got one more question that I want to ask each of you, and then maybe we'll start moving towards the break in our session. But Shalane, I'll start with you, and then we'll just kind of see how it goes, okay? So if you walked out of the office here today and everything was on track to you guys restoring the relationship that you once had, what would that look like? What kind of things would you be doing?
We'd be talking when we leave, instead of just kind of walking beside each other in silence. Maybe talking about what happened here, maybe laughing about something weird we see on the street. And then instead of just getting in our own cars and doing our own thing, maybe we could go to Starbucks and hang out for a little while and just start being more open with each other.
So spending a little bit more time with each other and communicating like you used to as friends instead of roommates.
Yeah.
Sounds important. And Desi, what about you? If you walked out of the office here today and everything was on track to restoring the relationship that you once had, what kind of things would be happening? What would you notice? What kind of things would you be doing?
Yeah, I guess we'd just be more lighthearted with each other. We laugh about things. We would do like little special things for each other, go out of our way for each other. We'd probably have people over maybe more because we'd be getting along better, so we'd want to share that with our friends. Yeah, I guess just being more pleasant around each other.
So some healthy, it sounds like we got some common goals going on here. As each one of you are sharing, I'm hearing that spending more time together, like outside of the apartment scene, like going to Starbucks or spending some time together, maybe even an idea of just watching a movie together somewhere outside of the apartment scene, and communicating better with each other, being willing to step out there and open up the conversation sounds like another common goal that I'm hearing with you guys. Okay, I would like to take a short break, but before I do, is there anything that, as we were talking, anything that came up in your mind, anything that you would like to discuss or share before we take a short break?
I think the thing that I just realized was that thing about even though we live together, doesn't really count as spending time together. We have to be intentional about it. Maybe sometimes leave the house to spend time together. And I really liked what Desi said about doing little things to show that we cared. I know I haven't really been doing that lately. So that was good for me to hear.
And for me, I think that idea of having people over, like us just having a common goal of, okay, we have to get ready, like let's cook something, let's invite everyone, like just us working together on a task and having our home open to other people. I feel like that creates more of a positive vibe when you just have a lot of people and like there's laughter and happiness and stuff. I think that's good for us just to have that like teamwork kind of team effort thing going on.
Sure.
I think that's good for us too.
Even though this is a common problem, friends that become roommates oftentimes experience troubles in the first, but it says a lot that you guys have come in to try and salvage your relationship. That's awesome. It sounds like we're well on our way to restoring what you once had and returning to a healthy relationship. Okay, so we're going to take a break right now, and then we'll meet back up in 10 minutes and go from there.
Okay, thank you.